Hello everyone, this is Terry. Welcome to my YouTube channel Amethystastrotarot. I'm a practicing astrologer and a tarot reader. So for your professional reading requests, you can always contact me via the links in my profile. Having said that, this video would be about the upcoming solar eclipse in Libra that will happen on the 2nd of October 2024, Wednesday. The thing is that, like, also today is the last day of September. It's like hard to believe how the nine months went by, but that's it, life, the years and the months and the days and everything pass by. It's important to, of course, live them to the fullest if we can. So I mean, like, to give the technical information is that, the solar eclipse in Libra will be happening in the 2nd of October, as I said. With UK time, it will be 1946, and solar eclipse, of course, comes with the new moon, and we will have both the moon and the sun in the sign of Libra, and it would be for the solar eclipse, the moon would be in 10 degrees 02 minutes Libra, and the sun would be 10 degrees 3 minutes Libra. And the thing is that this would be an annular solar eclipse. What does it mean? We will see this kind of ring of fire in the sky, and when we look at the NASA website, it's explaining that this annular solar eclipse is happening when the moon passes between the sun and earth, and while it is at its farthest point from earth. So because the moon is farther away from earth than usual, it appears smaller than the sun, so it doesn't completely cover the sun, and this creates what looks like a ring of fire in the sky. So I mean, in a way, it will be like part of the sun block, so there could be even a crescent shape appearing in the sky. And I think the annular eclipse will be visible in Argentina and Chile, and there would be also partial solar eclipse in most of the South America. That's really interesting. And one other interesting thing about this solar eclipse, I think the metonic cycle. I like the metonic cycle. It's like the 19 years ago, for both of the new moon and the solar eclipse. I mean, it's like when we think about, especially if we have any placements. Of course, this is happening in some part of our lives when we look at our natal charts, but especially if we have placements in Libra areas around 10 degrees. Plus, I mean, we can always add the other cardinal sign placement as the Cancer and Capricorn. And when we go back to 2005, same period, there was again with the new moon and annular solar eclipse happening. So both new moon and new moon is about fresh starts, new beginnings. And when we think about solar eclipse, it makes it much more important, more crucial, more impactful, some really important uh, start. I mean, of course, I always add this thing that sometimes in order to start, make a new start, make a fresh start, we may need to leave things behind as well. I mean, no, you end something to make you close one page to open another page, right? Or you finish one book to start a new book. So we have to all consider this. And if we think about like 2005 in that sense, uh, we have to refresh our memories and think if something really crucial happened around that October 2005, within generally there's not a consensus of that, I think, but 3 to 6 months impact. And then that really made a major difference in our lives. Of course, it cannot mimic 100% of the situation that time, but the reality is that it will be happening in the same area of life. So, and I think when we look at some of the current placements in the sky, some are also even with not the same degrees, they are mimicking the situation in 2005. And another interesting point about this is that, again, something technical, but I think these are important to have an idea about the dates coming on up and everything. The thing is that, I mean, like when we look at the lunar cycle and the gestation period and all that, this new moon, related with this new moon, the full moon, like the peak, like the end, like the completion, or like coming to a really high point in that sense, that will be happening in April 2026. So also we can, it would be in 12 degrees Libra. And we can also keep that in mind. And the action period, which is the first quarter, would be around July 2025. And the third quarter, like in a way, reconciliation of all the things, would be 30th of December 2026. And in that sense, if we think more or less, I mean, these would be corresponding in the periods of 2005 and 2006 and probably 2007 in that sense. I mean, like how the things developed. I mean, we plant the seeds with the new moon, and then with the solar eclipse, it's more crucial. And then you plant the seeds, then you take action about it, because and at the end of the day, when the first new moon appears, it's not like it's dark, right? It's not something that we can see yet. And then we start things moving, and we start taking action, and we carry it to a place with the full moon to an upper or uppermost level. And after that, I mean, like it comes like the moon waning down and everything, and then we see this third quarter reconciliations, like what did I mean, like plant, how did I act upon it, what kind of results that I got, and where am I with that new start of that time, and what do I do next. I think we have to all consider these dates and also all these kind of elaboration in our minds when we are thinking about all the cycles of the moon. So the question is that, by the way, I have flu, so I'm sorry about the voice. The question is that when we look at the chart, which I'm not going to share with you, because I believe that since in different countries, according to different time zones we cast it, there would be different ascendants and also the MCIC lines, etc. So in that sense, I will just keep it like that. The interesting thing is that we have this moon sun in Libra, and they are in unity with the Mercury in Libra and South Node in Libra, and they are also at the same time opposing the North Node, as a matter of fact, because South Node, North Node are in any case in opposition. I think there is this kind of new start, and with the inclusion of the Mercury in Libra, we can say that it's like it can be something contractual, because Libra is about the contracts as well. It can be something starting for something harmonious, and something about relationships, something that includes the others. And I think Mercury in Libra has this inclusive thing. I mean, like, including people in our minds, in our thoughts. And when we are talking, it's like, or articulating, or writing, or speaking, it's like being more peaceful, sometimes more diplomatic, and more gentle. There's much more elegancy when I think Mercury is in Libra, with the way that we tell the things to other people. In that sense, I mean, this could be really a beautiful, harmonious start with the inclusion of our also elegant thoughts and words. When we see the south node is like, it could be about our comfort zone. It could be about things that come from our past, and it's a place that sometimes I believe that it could hold you back because you are in a comfort zone, so you are good how it is. But the fact is that I believe that with the opposition with the North Node, it's more about finding the balance, like how much we value other people and how much we value ourselves, and how we find this midway, and the balance between others and ourselves. I mean, others and I, and getting this balance and make this new uh, peaceful start in a certain area of our lives. I think that's the question. But there is another question coming out here, which last night I was thinking about it, is that Libra is ruled, the natural ruler of Libra is the Venus. And Venus is at the moment is in the sign of Scorpio, which was the same in 2005, but it was in a further degree. I think Venus was getting ready, not exactly to move into Sagittarius, but it was quite towards the end, in the last 10 degrees of Scorpio. So when we are thinking about Scorpio, the other day when the Venus moved into Scorpio, I had written something about it, and I said that, I mean, it's like giving everything when relating to people, to the point of being vulnerable and having a deep connection with the values that we hold dear to our hearts. I mean, if there is any creation or any type of thing like that involved, it might have the themes of life and death, transformation, and there is high level of energy. But whatever it is, we talk about depth, nothing shallow, nothing as it seems. I mean, in that sense, I think we really should take into consideration this um, deep connection and also intuitive way of relating to people, and how we value things, and making sure that uh, we can unearth stuff and then bring them to the to the surface if it's necessary, like you go dive deep in the ocean to the dark sides of it, etc., and then you take things from there and take them out. So, and then of course, as I said, there is this vulnerability thing. So this could be again impactful on whatever kind of new start we are making, and a crucial start that we are making this Venus in Scorpio, this deep connection, and um, and also this sense of vulnerability that is coming through the Venus or of Scorpio. So, I mean, in a way, I think sometimes it's like, if necessary, it's like burying the hatches. Really, even we have this uh, connection that we need to do with people in a deep way, we may need to um, look it from another perspective, and I think trusting uh, our intuitive energy, maybe in that sense, our gut feeling in this new moon and the solar eclipse, because Scorpio is about also, I mean, like highly sensitive, and it is also like seeing through people. So if you have a feeling like that, really we may need to go with that when we are making these kind of new starts. I mean, I think that could be important and something that we might need to pay attention to. Um, I mean, I think it's really important in that sense to pay attention to Venus in Scorpio and how it is relating to our natal charts in that sense as well. It had an impact that time during 2005, and it would again have some impact 2024, 19 years later. And except that, I mean, when we look at the chart, I mean, there is this, of course, there is kind of a, let's say, a kind of a tension uh, between like how we express ourselves, how we express our feelings, and how we think in a more uh, diplomatic, peaceful, or elegant way, and how we use our energy for caring, for nurturing. That's the tension. I mean, like, because Mars is in Cancer and is squaring the this stellium of Libra that Moon, Sun, and Mercury is in. So I think we really need to think about it. I mean, like, how we can make something productive out of this conflicting energy that is coming uh, through Mars. I mean, like, it's like sometimes, you know, that um, that we really have this urge to protect whatever we love, whatever we care, especially our home, our family, and our tribe, and it's anything related with that, and our past and our history, and which could be not in line with how we want to make a um, peaceful, harmonious, something really nice that has beauty inside. That kind of a start, like a start, or making a contract. We are just signing something, and then we are all of a sudden thinking about all this urge of our, I mean, like, protecting that the barrier, that you know, motherly barrier inside ourselves, and then that uh, in a way sometimes can be conflicting. But the I think the power is here, like, uh, how we can make this um, tension, how we can transform this tension into something beautiful so that we can have a really fresh start. I think that's the question and the answer to be so through this question here. And also there is a nice water grand trine here. Um, it's again, there is Mars, there is the Venus, and there is the Saturn. Of course, the grand trine is nice in the sense that there is this harmony, right, among all these planets, whatever they are representing. I mean, like in case of Saturn in Pisces, though it's retrograde, so we cannot say that it's in full expression, but sometimes it can be about letting loose. I mean, that loosening the reins in a way that is coming with Venus in Scorpio, that we can have this deep connections, and Mars in Cancer, we can use our energy for our home, where we think that our home, where our family is. And the harmony between them is nice, but I believe that sometimes water grand trine, that kind of thing, it's like can make the people to absorb all the feelings from other people, and that could be sometimes heavy. So in a way, it's while seeing through, while making empathy with people, I think it's important to protect our it's like as if I'm nearly going to cry, but I'm just losing my voice. It's really important to protect our soul uh, from too much exposure to the emotions or the feelings coming through other people. Otherwise, it's, I think, just beautiful to be in sync uh, with the people surrounding us and understanding them from our hearts, with our soul. I think in that sense it's beautiful. I think there is much more to say, but I will be, I mean, there are some, I wouldn't like to call them minor, but there are other aspects that the Sun and Moon duo, uh, and of course Mercury, since they are in tight unity with Venus and Uranus. But I think that the main idea coming uh, through this Libra moon, Libra new moon, and solar eclipse is that when we are making a new start, it's like we, as we are caring about others, I mean, like how the other people may be thinking, how the other people may be uh, acting in a way, but we shouldn't forget about our own selves. I mean, we also have to find a place for our own uh, actions, for our own future, and also for our own soul. So there is this concept of vulnerability, but how much? How much should we give from ourselves to others? I think that's the part that where we should think about in this new start, is like the boundaries, protect ourselves from being too much exposed uh, to the other people surrounding us. So I hope that you have a lovely solar eclipse. I wish you all the best. Bye bye.